we've just done the washing. Hate washing, hate laundry day, hate folding, hate figuring out what needs washing, because sometimes it just goes back in the cupboard in a different bit, and sometimes it goes in the laundry bag, and who knows. And we do save up enough washing between the two of us, and as soon as we think we've got enough to fill one of the big washing machines, then we go and do that. But I hate it. So anyway, put the laundry in, take it out, put it in the dryer, and then when the dryer's done, I'm like, come on mister, you're coming with me. And he's just like, what? Okay, why? And I'm like, well, you can come and help. And then he stands there and I'm like, he's not particularly good at folding clothes. He kind of folds it in half and then rolls it all. And I'm like, well, I'm not having that done with my freshly dried clothes. They need to be folded properly so they don't get creased. So I made him stand there and watch me instead. He was talking and he held on to some things of his that he said he wasn't bothered about folding properly. But yeah, I do feel a bit mean, but I hate it, so I don't know why. And it would really rile me, and this is how I can tell it's getting to that time. It'd really rile me if I was out there folding all the laundry and John's just sat in his van on his phone. So teamwork, even if it means just to make sure that one doesn't pee the other one off. Right, into the park up. Is anyone else married to a bloke whose ears turn off when he's doing something different? So John is nicely setting up his camera so we can just do a little talk to it before we start walking into this beautiful city. Got the vans parked up nicely there. And I talked to him, and because he's looking at his camera, his ears don't work. And I just said something and I don't know what you're asking me, but I don't know what the answer is, so I don't know what the answer is. And I'm like, I didn't ask anything. But I find it hilarious that his ears literally just stop working. It's like someone's covered them up as soon as he has to do something different. Funny, aren't you? You can notice I'm not walking with him. Hiya. Well, this is a nice quiet little park up. It's not been quiet today though. We're at the mayor's office. No idea what the town is called. Lots of mayor's office have allowable camper van stops out front, and this is just a car park. But it's been raining so much today, we have literally just both been stuck in the van getting work done and whatnot. But it's also made me feel really down in the dumps as well. So still doing the stuff but not feeling it, you know. And now it's 10 to 8 at night, and I think the birds have been waiting for it to stop raining too. Wow, we've got sunshine today. I mean, there's some rather sinister looking clouds. There's some rather sinister looking clouds out there. But, you know, I'm in it. I'm with you, France. But calm down a bit with the rain. Just no rain. Done enough. We have a John getting ready to go. We've got 50 minutes to our next park up, which is just outside Reims. It's a park for night stop. And as we were looking at the reviews and things of it, because everyone knows on Park for Night, check the reviews, take them with a pinch of salt, because there was a 4-star review which sounded really good, and then a 1-star review within a couple of days of each other, and we're like, who do we believe? What do you do? You know, it's a shame we don't know these people. And then we had a look at the 4-star review, and it was Life Beyond Brixton, you know. And like, we know them, so we just like sent her a screenshot and just said, who do we trust? Apparently it's cracking little air. The only pain is getting in, which is why I had a 4-star. You literally have to stop at the entrance, go in, speak to somebody who give you the code for the gate to be able to get in. But apart from that, then it's secure, and it is within like a 20-minute walk of Reims, and it's got everything you need. So buzzing. So we're off there, and hopefully if the weather holds out, apparently we're going to get a little bit of rain about midday, and then the rest of the afternoon should be dry, if not overcast. So we're going to get out and enjoy all that Reims has to offer. So excuse the blinkers on because we're parked on the road at the minute. So we've just got to the park up. I can see two buildings. One says CIS de Champagne and the other one is La Comédie. And it is a proper air, but it's an air with a barrier that lifts up and down. And there's a number on there. So you've got to phone that number first, and then they will either give you a barrier code or open the barrier. But John's just getting out of his van now to check. I'll turn my camera on. And hopefully we'll both be able to zoom in underneath that. But it's a proper air. I mean, it's right by a tram line, it's right by a busy road, and on the other side there is a bit of a big, like an A-road motorway thing. However, it's all about location. We want secure, we want city centre, so we can go and have a look at Reims. So let's see what we get. So there it looks like a toilet empty in there, maybe. So there you go. I'm just waiting for John to park. Free park up, limited to 48 hours for 7 camper vans, including services. Come on, England, put your finger out. Okay. Good evening. It's hair washing time again. I've left it a little bit. I've just been sat around and we watched Twister in John's van, and I have got a headache. I've had a headache all day, so I have been having to have a lie down. So I'm not too sure what that deal is. Whether it was one glass of champagne, who knows? However, I'm using this. You've seen me with these before. Now these screw onto the top of your standard 2-litre pop bottle. It does fit on others as well, but it's that kind of cap that you get on a bottle of Coke Zero or whatever. And it's a shower attachment. It's supposed to be like a watering can kind of thing, but obviously uses zero power. You can squeeze the bottle to get more water out, and you don't have to worry about having a bowl full of water to start off with. You just literally use it as you go. So I have here a bottle ready with 2 litres of, I'd say, cold water in, but the water that's in my tub underneath the sink isn't actually that cold. So it will be room temperature water, which is probably going to feel cold on my head. And I've got John's old fold-up bowl there, and I will just, there's a grid just outside, so I'll pour the water away in there once I'm done. So yeah, should be good. I'll let you know how it goes. These were like £5 for 12 of the little things, and I've been giving them away to people when I've seen them. Okay. 2 washes. A litre, maybe just a little bit more than a litre. Bearing in mind I have got incredibly thin hair, and as soon as it gets wet it turns to nothing. But that I was in full control of where that water went on my head. Again, I've said this before, I'll say it again, I'm not the first person to have washed the hair in a van in an unconventional way, but that little thing 12 for a £5. You can wash your shoes down, you can wash your dog's paws, you can wash your hair. I mean, if you've got someone who'll stand there and hold it up for you, I'm sure you can probably have a shower with it too, or create some way of doing it. But yeah, I'm impressed with that little thing. That's fine, and I actually feel my headache lifting a little bit, so yeah, good. I've had a very quick stop in Reims, and I say Reims, but apparently I don't mean Reims, I mean Reims or Reims. Because why wouldn't it be spelled? Why wouldn't it be pronounced that way? French is well, I suppose it's as bad as somebody learning English for the first time. There are lots of different things with pronunciations and things to get right, but I try my very, very best. I do get a few comments with help with my pronunciation, and most of them are very gratefully received. The ones that are a bit mean and not so gratefully received. So if we could stop those and be helpful, that would be wonderful. John and I do speak a bit of French. We can understand French when it's spoken to us, and we can get our point across. I know lots and lots of French words, but putting them into a sentence is the thing that I struggle with most. Mostly we try to speak entirely in French unless we are really stumped, and then we ask about English, or just ask if they can understand English rather than asking them to speak it, because I know that if they, like me, I can understand French if they speak slowly. So I assume that some people might be the same with English. So we had a lovely walk round yesterday. We had to leg it back to the vans because it was proper thunderstorms after. We've got a little bit of a dry spell now, but it's going to rain again. So we were going to go back in, but we're not going to bother now because we don't want to get soaking. And nothing's nice enough. Nothing. It feels like we're wasting visits to these places we've wanted to go to for a while by doing it in the rain. So this is not our last time in France. You know, it's not going to be the last time we're back down this way. We're going to travel back up this way on the way back from the end of the Tour de France stages. So there's a chance for that we're going to do this. We're going to go to Strasbourg, but we've changed our minds because the days that we're in Strasbourg, it's like 80% rain. It's like 10 to 15 mil of rain on those days. So what's the point? Everything's outside. It's supposed to be beautiful and stunning, and I don't know whether I'm going to get that experience if I go when it's raining. So France, if you can stop raining any time now, it would be wonderful. Even the French were telling us yesterday that it's not normally this rainy now. Typical when we're here. So we're just going to get ready to go. I'm packed up. Mr. Sleepyhead is getting ready now. So yeah, so it's a lovely air. If you want to stay here, it's just on the outskirts of the city, and like I say, it's an easy 10-minute walk in. There are facilities, but it's not where you park. So we're parked around the back of a building, so we've now got to drive all the way around to the front to get to where the toilet emptying is. So yeah, it's not as simple. There are signs everywhere around here saying, don't pour your toilets down the drain. I mean, it's awful that they have to put that, but it literally is a soakaway that goes right down there, and there's a river just at the end, and you can see where the drains drain into there. So yeah, don't do that. Don't even be tempted. Walk the 5 minutes it takes that way to go to the thing. So yeah, so we're gonna get off, and hopefully we're going to another motorhome air that is about 50 minutes away from here, I think. I'm gonna get some fuel on the way. We have been here now for over 2 weeks, and I'm still on half a tank of diesel. That is how slow we're taking it. I've not filled up at all. It would turn into a really cheap trip so far if this was the case, but we can't seem to help ourselves going in French supermarkets and spending a bloody fortune. So if we could slow that down, then it would be quite a nice, cost-effective little trip. And if all of it was like this, with the way we're going and the fact that we're not spending much money on parking and stuff, then yeah, it would be a very affordable trip. Anybody else coming, chances are it'll be an affordable trip if you can go easy in the supermarkets. Right, I'm going to go knock him and see if I can get him moving, and I'm going to clean my windscreen because it's full of leaves, and then we'll get going. parking under so many trees at so many park-ups, it was time to wash the vans as they were absolutely bogging. So on that note as well, I'm going to leave it here. So thank you so much for coming along. Hopefully the weather will improve and we'll have much better things to show you. So take care, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.